Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to do a quick review of the Pantry Challenge. This is Pantry Challenge week 6, and I started the week off with roast beef sandwiches. And so here I was just cutting up some onion to add to a crock pot with the roast and some olive oil. And this was a roast that was in the old freezer downstairs. Little seasoning. And then I just ended up serving it, pulling it apart, kind of like you do pulled pork. So I pulled it apart after it was done and made some fresh bread, which was a new recipe for me this week. So it was more like sandwich bread, and served it with a side of mashed potatoes and gravy and some broccoli from the freezer. So it was really good. Okay, so working on dinner tonight, we canned burrito meat and ground beef, and so this was what was left over between the two, all mixed together. And then I have some cheese dip in the refrigerator, left over from New Year's actually, some homemade salsa that's been sitting in the refrigerator, sour cream, and I just shredded up some cheese. And while I have the shredder out, I'm gonna go ahead and shred up some pepper jack for Steven and Katie for their tacos. Well, nachos, actually. I don't have any taco shells. And some mozzarella, this smoked Gouda that has been in the refrigerator. And this was some Monterey, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and shred all this up and bag it because I am making lasagna later this week. And I'm going to go ahead and make 2 lasagnas. So one for the freezer, one for us to eat for dinner. So this way, this will already be done and I don't have to get this dirty again. So we're going to go ahead and shred all this up and get it out of the refrigerator. Well, it'll go back in the refrigerator, but preparing to get it out of the refrigerator. So this was what the Taco Tuesday nachos ended up looking like. Not the prettiest meal, but it did taste pretty good. Needed some fresh veggies, but what can you do? And then the next night we did the lasagna. So this was Wednesday night, and I will link the video where I made this here. So while I have my counter going, I'm going to make a quick dinner tonight. And this is going to be very much Pantry Challenge alley here. So I cooked some chicken last night, 2 chicken breasts, because I was running late, and then I went out to feed the chickens and came back in and got busy, and then came in here because I had not heard the chicken and thinking, oh no, I burn it, to realize that my burner wasn't working. So we have a new burner, but we ended up eating out last night because it was getting so late. By the time I would cook something different, I was just like, let's go get the burner, let's grab some food, we're done. So we ate out for Thursday night. And then I went ahead and while we were eating, cooked the chicken breasts. So I have those here with some of the oil and juice from the chicken breast. So I'm going to cut that up, and while I'm doing that, I am going to cook the rest of this box of rice. And I don't even know how much is in here, so we're going to find out. I don't think it's a whole lot. All right, about 1 3/4 cups. Okay, so that is all of my instant rice. So now it's going to the stored rice. So I also have this bag of shredded carrots and broccoli that I found in the bottom of my drawer freezer that I'm starting to work on cleaning out this month. I still have a few panko breadcrumbs that we used in January on one of the pantry recipes. There's not much left. And a can of cream of chicken soup. So we're just going to put this all together and top it with breadcrumbs and maybe some cheese and call it done. think since I'm chopping this up, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in my saute pan. That way I can get a little crispness on all the pieces. Alright, so I was going to add some shredded cheese on top, but I found this sharp cheddar spreadable left over from New Year's. So that's like a month and a half ago, but it says it's still good. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of this to the cooking chicken and vegetables so it'll kind of melt up and see what happens. Alright, so I mean there is a little bit left, but I'll put it in the front and see if we can't use it with some crackers. This stuff is so bad for you, but I love it. So it's a treat on New Year's. All right, so while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and add I want to put the whole thing in there, so I don't have as much rice. But I will. That way it'll coat all that chicken, because we do have a lot of chicken. Alright. And I'm going to add some parsley. Ooh, that's a lot. Down. Casseroles are a very southern thing. And it's kind of one of those things where you just mix up a bunch of stuff and add a can of cream of soup and you go about your business. At least that's what we always did. I mean, there's of course a few recipes that we follow, but you know what? They still have the soup in them. I need to learn how to make my own. I know you can. I just never have. Maybe that'll be on one of my new canning lists to do this year. Because, you know, I need something else to can and make homemade. Alright. Actually looks really good. And I left the juice in it because my rice was really stiff. So I figured the juice would help loosen that rice up. And a lot of that cheese flavor is in that juice as well. Not bad, actually. Very cheesy. Might put a little too much, but I think this rice is going to absorb some of this moisture. It actually already is. It's not as soupy as it was. So I'm going to stick it in the oven. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I have any more French onion topping. Aha, I do. I have 2 of these in the back of the pantry. I had stocked up on them before the holidays. And because my family, different ones of us were sick and we didn't do a lot of the holiday get-togethers, I didn't use them all. I think that is going to be even better on here. Because what is a southern casserole without some French's onion topping? Boom, dinner is done. So after the chicken pantry casserole, my daughter and I tried to make some homemade peach ice cream. And so that's what I'm showing you here, because we did start recording it, but it kind of flubbed up at the end. But while you're watching us try to make this, the rest of the weekend, we did end up eating out on Thursday night, like I said in the casserole video. And then for Saturday night, we just had pancakes and corned beef hash. But here we go with the peach ice cream. We get all the way through this process of doing the ice cream mixture, and I put it in my ice cream maker, and I get all the ice in and all of the rock salt in, and we're excited to make this, and my daughter is thrilled. And then it's not working, and I don't know what's going on. And then I realize my ice cream maker is actually missing this little part that fits into the top of the rotator, and as it spins, it makes the paddle turn. It's like a little silicone or plastic part, and it's missing. And you know, I haven't used this thing in actually like a year or two, so I don't know what happened to it. It was actually a brand new ice cream maker that we only used maybe 2 or 3 times the first year we bought it, and it's been sitting in the closet, and I thought it was a great time to get it out, and it's missing a part, which I have no idea where it is. So I'm going to try to either order a part or have to get a new one. So, oh well, there we are. But that was our week. It was super simple. We did get quite a lot used up out of the refrigerator, the pantry, and the freezer. So I'm pretty happy with this week.